A very good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So before proceeding with the code, I want you people to create these file structures inside your main root file, that is project. That is, you have to first make controllers folder, then you have to make middleware folder, and similarly, you have to make models routes folder inside the project folder. And then inside these folders, you have to make user controller, auth middleware, user, and then user routes. Just do this much of things and then let me know how many of you have completed.
Ma'am, can you please type it on in the comment? What we have to do?
See, I have provided the file structures in the comment box. Got it? Just see, look at them and try to make the folders inside the root folders. That is the controller folder, middleware folder, models folder, and then routes folder. And in these 4 folders, you have to place these files. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone else is facing any kind of issues, just let me know. Or else you people can raise your hands once you complete creating these folders.
Ma'am, we have to create this folder under the React directories, na?
No, inside just okay. Let me show you. Just a second. Rest of you try to do or create it and just give me a time of 3 minutes and I will
Done, ma'am, done.
All right, great. Okay, so let's jump into our folder. That is, I will start this, and inside this folder, I will create the project folder. And I will go to the Visual Studio Code, and over here, I will open the folder that I have just created. So inside the chat box, what all things did I provide inside the folder? I have provided controllers, middleware, models, routes. Okay. Just write these commands inside the terminal. npm init y, and then the folders will be models, controllers, middlewares, routes. Controllers, middlewares, and then routes. So by seeing these folders, one thing that comes inside our mind is we are having models and we are having controllers. So the architecture that this follows is known as model view controllers, where model will have the schema of the database, controller will contain the exact logic of the website that we are creating. That is how all the features will be performed inside the website that we have just learned in the previous class during the CRUD operations. We learned about that, right? How to create the user, how to update the user, and how to delete the users. All those things comes under the controllers. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what is the very
Yes, ma'am.
important thing that is missing over here?
Server.js.
Server.json.
Load modules.
Server.js. And now here we will install the packages. npm install express, force, mongoose, decrypt, JSON web token, .env, nodemon. That's it. Okay, let's see whether we have got this right. Yeah. All these things are present inside our package.json file. Inside the controllers, I will create the auth user controller.js. And in the middleware, auth middleware.js and then user routes.js. Inside the routes, there will be user routes. And inside the models, tell me what kind of data will be present inside the user.js. Why do we mainly use these models?
Ma'am, it have the user's data, Mongoose schedule.
Can you please repeat?
Ma'am, it have the schema of user.
Great. So this model contains the schema of the user. Inside the schema, we mention the particular fields that we as the developer require from the user. So inside this user.js, what is the first thing that I have to do?
Import Mongoose.
Import the mongoose.
And then const user schema is equal to new. And how will we create the schema? Tell me, using which method?
New schema, new mongoose.schema.
I will take two fields, that is username, which will be of the type string, and this will be the required keyword. Okay, comma will be there. True. Along with the username, I'll also ask for the password. This will also be of the type string, as well as it is also required.
Ma'am, it's required or require only?
Required. RED. And tell me how to export this.
Ma'am, we have
Exports default.
to
Module dot exports.
For that, we will write module dot
We-
exports.
ma'am, before that we have to assign a variable.
Yeah, we can do in this way as well. Say, for example, if we want to directly export it, then we can do like this: mongoose dot model, and over here I can write user, and then my user scheme. Understood? This is the same. If you assign something
Okay,
like this entire thing to a particular variable, then you can write the name of the variable inside over the right hand side. Got it? Understood?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Let's save this. And now we will move to our user controller.js. Here the main logic of our code will lie. So over here, what all things do we require? We will need const that we have just created, the user.js, we will import over here. So for using that, we will write const user is equal to require models user.js. And then we will also import bcrypt. So now you will ask me, ma'am, why do we use this bcrypt module? So this bcrypt module is used to encrypt our password. Say whichever password you are providing inside this user.js. Say for example, for the username Johnson, you are providing the password Johnson123. So that will not be stored in the form of this, like Johnson123. This will not be stored in this way, but it will be stored in 1 2 3 4. In this type the password will be stored. This is what we call
Password encryption.
great encrypting the password. And why is the encryption of the password required?
For
To
data
secure the
security.
data.
Data privacy.
Great. So for that purpose, inside this bcrypt, we require the bcrypt module. And then we will also require the JWT.
JWT.
After importing all those things, here is the another way. Okay. So here you can export in this way as well. Exports.
Ma'am, what is JWT?
JWT is the variable name. Got it? Inside which we are storing the JSON Web Token. And you will ask me, ma'am, now what do you mean by that? This JSON Web Token. So this JSON Web Token is a type of token. And when we will get this token, say whenever we are registering ourselves into a website, then at the back end, what happens is a token gets initiated. Like we get with a token, whose very first part will be the bearer keyword. I will teach all those things as we move further with our coding. So in order to create the register, like in order to provide the register functionality to our website, we are writing the logic for registering ourselves into our website. So for that, I will write register is equal to an asynchronous function. Inside this, I will pass request comma response. And then I'll mention const username, comma, password. In the previous class, while creating the user, do you remember? While creating the user, we wanted some kind of data from the user. Do you
Yes.
people remember?
Requested body.
Yes, ma'am.
So over there, what did we use to do?
Request.body. Rig.body.
Great. For that, we will write request.body because we will take these data from the user. Inside this, I will initialize a try catch block. Inside the try block, I will write const hashed password. And now we will use the bcrypt.hash function. Dot hash function in order to hash our password. Comma 10. Now you will ask me, ma'am, why are we providing this value 10? So this 10 value is called the salt value, which can be ranges up to 15. So this directly means that the higher salt value will be, the more secure and encrypted will be your password. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Great. And the second way that you can write this is, you can do what? Over here, you can write const salt is equal to bcrypt dot gensalt. Gensalt is the method of bcrypt only. And inside this gensalt, you can write 10. And instead of writing 10 over here, you can also write
Salt.
salt. Understood? So these are the couple of ways through which you can write this thing. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
After
Yes.
that, what I will do? I will create const user
New user.
is equal to await user dot create. Over here, username. After the username, what else do I require? The password. And now, inside my database, I don't want to save the password Johnson 1 to 10. Instead, I want to save the password that is hashed. So for that, I will assign the hashed password to this password. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
After that, what I will do, I will simply respond with the status code, that is 201 dot JSON message user registered successfully. Created. And then I will also provide the user ID. Will be user dot underscore ID. So this is how we send respond to the user. And inside this catch block, I will write res dot status 500 dot JSON. Inside this, I will provide an error message. Just provide me a couple of minutes. Yeah. Now coming back. Hello. Am I Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Inside this error, what I will write? I will write the error message that registration failed. Along with this message, it will also provide the details of the error. Error dot message. So this is how the entire function of register works whenever we provide our username as well as password. Now creating the logic for the login function. So for that, I will write exports dot login, since we are creating the login function. And again, we will be initializing an asynchronous function over here, which will contain request as well as response. And then I will also declare here over here the username and then password, because we require the username and password from the user while login, isn't it? Whenever you log in into some website, you provide your username and password. For that, we will
Yes,
write
ma'am.
and then again I will initialize that test block. Can you please, whoever your mic is on, switch off your mic? Inside this try block, I will initialize a variable user is equal to await, and then I will use. So tell me, I have stored my username as well as password inside my database, right? So whenever I wanted to get some kind of user, which kind of if I wanted to read the users, which method did I use in the previous class? Does anyone remember?
Find by ID.
In order to read all the users.
Ma'am, for all users, we use find by ID.
Dot find only, I think.
No,
Find
just
by
a find,
find by
find.
Yeah,
row.
User
Dot
find.
find
Yes, ma'am.
only.
Just
Dot
find.
great. We used dot find in the previous class, but here in this case, we are going to use user.
Find one.
Yeah, find
Okay, yes.
one. Inside this find one, we will mention the username. Why are we mentioning the username? Because using this username only, the entire database will be searched, that whether the username exists inside the database or not. If here comes the condition, if not user, or the first one is if not user means if the username does not exist inside the database, and the second condition will check not await. If not await, bcrypt dot, here we will use the compare function. Compare function to do what? Any guesses?
Ma'am, match the
Under
password.
the decrypt password,
Match the input password from the
the
stored
encrypted
password.
password.
Great. So we will match the input password that is provided by the user during login to the password that is already stored inside our database. So we will pass both the parameters inside this compare function. First one will be the password and the second one will be user dot password. Understood? Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
And then we will respond with a status code 401. Return res dot status 401 dot. It will provide the JSON message, because if the user does not exist and if the password does not exist, then we usually get an error message, right? We get JSON
Yes,
error,
ma'am.
invalid credential. After the if statement, we will also provide the token to the user. Now, how to generate the token? For that, we use JWT dot sign function in order to generate the token. Not in order to generate the token, but this sign function is something that contains user ID will be user dot underscore ID. Just a second, this will be placed inside the curly braces. Yeah. It will first provide, we get the user ID, and then we have to pass one thing over here, that is the JWT secret. So what the thing that we have to do is, see inside your package.json file, we have installed a package that is .env. Have you installed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So in order to use that, what we will do inside this project folder, we are going to create a .env file. And over here, we are going to store our port number, our Mongo URI, as well as our JWT secret key. Understood? Say for example, if I'll provide the port number as 8600. And are you people ready with your Mongo URI?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Just copy your Mongo URI and paste it over here. And for the JWT secret, I can provide any name, say for random hashtag secret. This is my JWT secret. Hashtag @ secret 1234. So this is my JWT secret key. And now what I will do, I will get my Mongo URI. For that, I'll get this from okay. I will get this from here. I will paste it, and instead of food delivery, I will write in fact. And now I will save it. Now, in order to use all these variables that I have stored inside the .env file, what I have to do is I will go over here, and now here I have to provide the JWT secret key. So in order to use that, I have to write process .env .jwt underscore secret. Because using this name only, I have stored the JWT secret key inside my .env file. Are there any doubts?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
After passing this JWT secret key, another thing that we have to pass is expires in. EXPIRES, expires in. This will be 1D, which means the token that I'm going to generate will expire within 1 day. And if you do not want your token to get expired, then you can also mention ignore expiration. Understood? If you do not want your token to get expired ever, then you can mention the keyword that is ignore expiration over here. Understood? What is the purpose of ignore expiration?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
All right. So these are the things that we have to pass inside the sign function of the JWT. Then it will respond with a res dot JSON. Inside the JSON, we will pass the token. So this is how, after the register, while logging in, we get the token using this sign function. And if any error occurs, for handling that error, we will send a response with a status code 500 and a JSON message error login failed. After this, it will also provide the details. Inside the detail, it will provide the error message. And this is how the login function works. We will save this file. Now moving on to our middleware, that is auth middleware. And see, over here, there will be one interesting part, and that is going to be, we will import the JSON web token over here as well. Const JWT is equal to require JSON web token. After that, I'll write module dot exports is equal to comma response comma next. Now you'll ask me, ma'am, what is this next? Now next is a middleware. Got it? So you will get to know how this next works when we will apply this next middleware in our code. So here I will write const token is equal to request dot headers dot authorization, and here I will place a question mark. A question mark dot split. Can anyone name this operator that is a question mark?
Ternary.
This is known as a ternary operator. And how does this operator work?
If it is true, then the first argument will be selected. Otherwise, the next argument will be selected.
Second argument will be selected.
Great. So we can also say that this works as the if-else statement, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
So here, are you being able to understand what is happening? No, I guess. So let me explain you. What it will do, we are requesting authorization from the header. Got it? And if the authorization is true, then we have the token in the form of this, that is BEARR, bearer, and then the token. This is how, say, your token is. So this is the different part. That is your token part. And this is your bearer part. Understood this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
So this is exactly how the token looks like. Here what we are doing, we are using the split function. And now using the split function, what happens? The bearer gets separated and the token part gets separated. Got it? So we are getting two elements over
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
The element at the 0 index is bearer and the element at the first index is the token, isn't it? If we store it inside the array, then the bearer will get stored in the 0 index and the token will get stored in the first index, right? Just a-
Ma'am, is there space between bearer and the token?
yeah, the space will be provided using this split function. Understood? Initially, there lies no space.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah,
You are saying the token is generated with the bearer keyword.
with the bearer keyword with the very prefix. In the prefix, there will be the bearer, and after bearer, the token will be there.
Okay.
And using the split function, the bearer keyword and the token keyword will get separated. Now, what do we want? We do not want this bearer keyword. Rather, we want only this token, which is why we are writing only one over here in order to read only the token, excluding this bearer. Understood? Understood, or are there any doubt?
No, ma'am. Understood. Proceed.
No doubt.
Okay.
And then we will write if not token, then return ref dot status 401 with a JSON message error no token provided. And then here I will initialize a try catch block. Inside the try block, I will write const decoded is equal to, and I will use another method of JWT, that is verify. Inside this verify, I will pass the token as well as I will pass the JWT secret. Now it will verify whether the token that has been generated is uh, is authenticated or not, and that how will be done? That will be done using this JWT secret. Am I clear? So that is why we have to pass both, that is the token as well as the JWT secret. Am I clear, or are there any doubt?
Ma'am,
No, ma'am.
I have a doubt. In
Yeah.
line number 4, ternary operator have two, what I can say, it have two options.
Yeah,
First one, this split, and what is
yeah.
the second option it have?
This one is used in order to read the token. I just explained, right? This one is taking the second element of the array. The
Yes,
first
ma'am.
element is the bearer and the second element is the token. So in order to read only the token, we are taking one.
Okay, ma'am. But what if this condition, ternary operation condition is false? Then what?
Then nothing will happen. The program will terminate then and there.
Okay, ma'am.
Alright.
Ma'am, can you please explain the line number 8 again?
All right. So we use this verify function. See, over here it is written synchronously verify given token using a secret or a public key to get a decoded token, JWT string to verify. So we use this verify token in order to verify if our token that has been generated is authentic or not. What do we use to verify it? We use this JWT secret key to verify our token.
Okay, ma'am.
All right.
One
Then-
question, madam.
Yeah.
Can you please move your mouse because I can't see? Yes. Now in the token, we get the bearer and our token with no space, correct?
Yeah.
But you have written the split with no space inside, so it will split the all token with characters.
Okay, all
Each
right,
character.
all right. We have to add the space over.
Yes, and in the token also, madam. In the headers of bearer plus space then token.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And then after passing this verify function, what we have to do? We have to request the request dot user ID is equal to decoded dot user ID. And then next. This next middleware is nothing but is used in order to pass the control flow of the entire control flow from this try to the catch block. This is the purpose of this next middleware. Understood? Rest dot status 401. After that, a JSON message will be provided providing the error saying invalid token. So this is how our exports work. We will save it. And now, in order to access all these middlewares, these controllers, we need some kind of API endpoint, isn't it? In order to insert in our Postman API, in our Postman testing application, we need some kind of API endpoint, right?
Yes, we need.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in order to define those API endpoints, we will go to our user routes.js. And inside this user routes.js, we will import our express is equal to require express. And then we will import const router is equal to router is another middleware of this express only. Express dot router. And then const register comma login is equal to require. Over here, we will take these things from the controllers, user controllers. And then we will also import the middleware const auth is equal to require middlewares auth middleware. And then we will write router dot post with the API endpoint register and then the register function. And similarly, we will write router dot post with the API endpoint login and the login function. And now we will simply export these things using module dot exports is equal to router. Export it and then we will save it. We will also save the user.js. Now coming on to the main thing, that is server.js. Inside the server.js, we will import const express is equal to require express and then we will import const mongoose is equal to require mongoose. Tell me one more important thing that we forgot to do.
Import course.
No, not
Get-
not like importing all those things, but the main functionality.
Port number.
I'm setting
Okay.
up the .env initially. We have to do it before express.
Ma'am, we didn't run
Or
this.
express the .env.
We didn't connect our MongoDB with our Node.js. We people didn't notice. So that thing we will do inside our server.js. And then we will import const .env is equal to require .env. And then we will import const user routes is equal to require routes, and from the routes we will get user routes. And in order to use the environment variables, one more thing that we have to do is we have to use the .config method in order to use the environment variables. Without this, the environment variables will not be read by the files. And then const app is equal to express. And then app.use express.json, and it will also use the course. Okay, we did not. Did we install the course? Yeah, we have the course.
Ma'am, we have to import course first.
Yeah. Const course is equal to require course. And then we will also use app.use. This will be the endpoint, that is API, and then users. After this users, I will write the user routes, so that after the users, either I can provide backslash login, or else I can also provide backslash register. Understood? That is why I'm passing user routes over here. Now finally connecting our mongoose to the Node.js. Mongoose.connect. And then what is the first parameter should be, tell me?
URI.
Great.
Mongo URI.
Process.env
Mongo URI.
Mongo URI. And then the two keywords are use new URL parser,
True.
which will be true, and then use
Unified topology.
yeah
Topology.
file topology. This will also be true. And if connected, then console.log connected to MongoDB, else catch error console.log error connecting to MongoDB. So this is how we connect our Mongos to the Node.js. Now at the last thing that we have to do is app.listen. Okay. Process dot env dot port or else what was our port number? 8600. Eight six 00. Then what to do after that? We have to write
Server is listening on port.
let's save it. Everything set, all done. Each and every file is saved. Okay. This is also done. Okay. Let's run this. Nodemon server.js. Okay. Why error connecting to MongoDB? All right. This has to be MongoDB. Are you people being able to find out where have I done the mistake? What if?
Ma'am, could you please console that error?
Just a second. Acha, it will be topology. Yeah. Yeah, now it is connected to MongoDB. Let's open our Postman application. All right. Here, our port number was, who is going to tell me?
8600.
8600.
And the API endpoints were
Register,
API slash
login.
users.
API/users, right? Is it user or users? Users.
Yes.
Users and then register. Where is it? Register. Request will be first. Why is it not happening? Let me close this. We can see it in the next class, or you people can test it by your own. But it will run. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am.
Are there any
Okay, ma'am.
doubts?
No worries.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
In the middleware.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, line number 10. What is the work of next?
See, after all these things gets over, like once this get verified and then the user ID gets decoded, then you can use it or else you cannot use it. This one is optional. Like it is saying the try block to pass on to the next block that is placed after the try block and pass another statement. That's it. Nothing much more than that.
Okay, ma'am.
Any further doubts?
No, ma'am. I have to try it first.
Ma'am, is there any way you can provide the code?
Yeah, I will provide the code to the support team and they will forward the code to you.
Okay.
Ma'am, what will be the next topic in the next class?
The next topic will be like you have been provided with a roadmap, right?
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I have provided the roadmap. So here the next topic for you people is to set up the front end using React. Because we have already done the MERN stack overview, Node.js, Express.js setup, MongoDB, Mongo schema. We have done all these things, right? And today we have done JWT authentication and protected routes, CRUD APIs. We have performed CRUD APIs in the previous class, if you remember.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And the next class will be for React.js.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it necessary to use Tailwind? Can we use raw CSS with separate file?
Yeah, we can use that as well. But to know the Tailwind CSS, because it is there in your roadmap, so it is necessary for you to know the Tailwind CSS.
Okay.
When will be the next class, ma'am?
That will be provided to you people in the group.
Okay.
Ma'am, tomorrow will be holiday.
I have to see if they say that tomorrow will be the holiday, then we will be provided. Otherwise, we will not.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.